Okay, welcome to my video. All right, this video is going to be very different. And first off, to let you know, I messed up. So what I'm going to draw, I actually already finished the drawing, but I messed up along the way and it didn't record it all. So the program I'm using allows me to it's not it's this video is going to look like a time lapse. So in certain programs like Photoshop, you could do an action. Like for example, you could like say you draw a line, and then if you mess up, you hit a button and it'll undo that line. And then if you decide you want that line back, you can hit another button and it'll redo the line. So what's going on here is that I finished a drawing like maybe like 20 minutes ago, and then when I went to go play back my recording, I realized it messed up somewhere along the way and it cut out of the video only like 30 seconds in. So technically speaking, I thought I was recording for like 30 minutes and I was just jabbering along, and then I felt really stupid because it didn't record anything I said for the last 30 minutes. But the program kept the drawing and it saved every single step it took for me to create the drawing. So what we're gonna do here is that it's almost gonna look like a time lapse. You're not gonna actually see me do the actual brush strokes. It'll just look like a time lapse drawing. It'll just place one line, the next line, the next line, if that makes sense. All right. So the initial intro to this video, what I thought I was recording but wasn't recording. This was me. The first few minutes I was just talking about this program. So this program is called Microsoft Whiteboard. It's a native program on Windows 10, and it's nowhere along the lines of Photoshop, which is very complicated and complex with a billion infinite options of and tools. This is more so almost like a note slash doodle program. So if you have a stylus or a tablet connected to your computer, instead of using a keyboard, and if you're more of a visual person, you could just jot down notes with the stylus and pen and actually write on this white canvas. So I haven't used this program very much. I think I might have just opened it 2 or 3 times on my computer just to see what it was. And I kind of remember today, I'm like, oh, there's that Microsoft Whiteboard program. Maybe I should try doodling in it. And I thought it'd be fun to, just instead of my normal drawings where I'm drawing on a sheet of paper, I thought it'd be fun to try doing something digitally, since I kind of have some experience, but not too much. And in this program, pretty much zero. So I thought it'd be fun just to try to learn the program and mess around. So we're gonna do that. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the drawing I did earlier, but it's already stored in the computer, so I'm not actually drawing it. I'm just hitting a button, and it's gonna recreate every step of the drawing along the way. So if I click this button where it says redo, it's gonna add that first line I created. So I'm just gonna keep on tapping this button, and I'm just gonna talk about this drawing. So what I want to do when I first started off is I wanted to drop in a background color, but since the tools are very limited, there's not like a paint bucket tool like in Photoshop where you can just instantly fill the background or fill in a shape. So I was using the marker tool, and I just kept on adding brush stroke after brush stroke after brush stroke. And as you can see, when strokes overlap, you get a darker value than the initial default value. And this took me a while. I was like complaining during this part of the original video where I'm like, oh, it's taking forever. I can't just hit a button and it's all colored in. So, all right, don't worry, this will be done soon. So at this point, I wasn't sure what I was drawing at. I was saying that okay. Oh wait, I take it back. All right, at this point, I'm starting to sketch. I think I knew what I wanted to draw. And in keeping with a lot of my comic book stuff, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll just draw Batman. So here I am trying to doodle in Batman. I'm starting off with his head. All right, there's his chin, his jaw, his neck, and his shoulder. And this is a close-up portrait, much like I've been doing lately, just because I don't know, I like drawing portraits. I'm drawing his chin, Adam's apple. I'm Drawing in his other shoulder. And just dotting in where I think his face is gonna go. So it's kind of cool. Like, so right now, this is the program. It's there's a learning curve to it, but at the same time, I think if you mess around with it, just like anything else, it could seem very intuitive and it can move very fast. So here I was sketching in the more of the character, and at this point, I decided the background looked, like maybe it's like a stormy sky or something. And then here I am adding Batman's pointed ears, drawing in his mask. There we go, filling in his eyes. Now I could the amount of colors they give you in the palette is very limited, and I thought I'll just go with gray. So Batman's gonna have a gray cowl, but since I'm using the marker tool, it's overlapping the initial blue, so you're getting this kind of like um, somewhat bolder gray with, I don't know, a cool value to it. And then there's his shoulder. And at this point, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to outline them, and I kind of did, I think. And then here I am, just trying to give him some more volume. It's a much more abstract looking picture of Batman. And then I'm like, hey, let's add a background. So here I am just doodling in buildings. Doodle, 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 doodle. And there's like a water tower. Adding more buildings. I'm like, oh, I'll add lights. And then at a certain point, I think I said I didn't like these lights. I kept them, I guess. And I'm like, let's add clouds. So here I am adding clouds. And I think that's it. No, I keep on going. Okay. I'm adding another cloud. And then this is my sign out. I'm like, oh, okay, it's me, and it's Lou. And here's where I give the date. Yeah, today's the 3rd of March, blah, blah, blah. I'm so clever. Yeah, so this is Microsoft Whiteboard. It's a very different program, and it's my Batman. And I could talk again, and we could just go backwards, like, oh no, the world's undoing itself, and he's being erased from reality. He's like, oh no, the clouds are disappearing. Oh, Batman, come back. But nah. Yeah, so this is a different video. It's much shorter. I just thought it'd be fun to doodle in this program. And unfortunately, the initial experience of me doing this, I thought I was recording it, but I wasn't. And then by the time I was done, I'm like, I'm an idiot. It stopped recording at a certain point. So yeah, this is my Batman that I did in Microsoft Whiteboard. And you see, I don't know what I'm doing because this box appeared. But as always, my name is Lou, and it's the 3rd of March. Thanks for joining me on this shorter, briefer digital adventure. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.